Hi you guys. Hey, my name's John T. Wright, and I'm up here at Beacon Rock, and me and Cassie's down here. Cassie makes me happy. You're lucky that I have little Cassie to keep me happy from Australia, because if I didn't have little Cassie keeping me happy, I might be very sad, and that would not make you very happy if I am very sad. You know, I will tell you, tomorrow I'm going to be climbing this Beacon Rock right here, and I'm going to be carrying my chain. My chain's here somewhere. My chain better be here somewhere. Oh, my chain better be here somewhere. Okay. And tomorrow I will be packing my chain up that Beacon Rock. And if you'd like to check out the elevation of it, it is pretty good. And I am probably going to be considered one tough son of a bitch down here in the Beacon Rock area. Matter of fact, I seen a maintenance man. I offered him a car out of my pizza box right here. Little pizza box filled with cars. Cassie, she's non-nude. She's in her bathing suit, for God's sakes, and not her natural bathing suit. But I've been giving cars away in the Pacific Northwest again and again and again, and you know, people just love this cars thing, you know, really. How about this Porsche? This was a Rick Kim special, but a lot of the girls, they like this special car, especially the girl down at the Rama that I like. She's a really nice woman, and she's from India, I believe. Her family is really nice women, and Harry and Prince Rama. It's the Ramen, so I call them the Ramas. You talk to Prince Rama, 2 weeks at the Rama for $1,000. It's really a deal, since you get all the cable, the internet, everything, and phone service and everything for 2 weeks. It's a deal. And if you're lucky, you will get to meet me. If you consider that to be lucky. The Holy Father uses me. I mean, you may get an experience out of the whole thing when you learn that Yahshua is the name of the Lord and Jesus isn't. And matter of fact, the maintenance man that was here, he was parked right over here where I'm at. I got this here nice sunshot spot here, and internet service here. Cassie, she just goes on and on and on. And that's what makes Cassie nice, because she can keep the audience going. She's never nude. She don't have to be nude. And I tell women, you do not have to be nude to be on Chatterbait to make money. This Cassie right here, she is paying her rent and stuff by what? Having friendship with others, networking worldwide. You know, I used to have a business I called Awesome Connections. It's called People Networking with People. AC. Antichrist. Well, it could stand for that, but I never purchased it for that person. That's right. I had a dating service. I was going to make a dating service. And this Awesome Connections, all of a sudden, it came up as a dating service. Well, I sure in the fuck feel like I got goddamn ripped off on that one, too. Since I have a Washington State business license that says Awesome Connections, I felt that my whole thing was being infringed upon, especially when the law enforcement officers made it into my house and seen my business license on the wall. And within 3 to 6 months, I believe, after that, this here website and stuff came on. You know, they came to my house, they get goddamn ideas from me because I have ideas. Well, shit, they've been ripping off things from me all along. Like the bowling alley at 1501 South Gold, you know, in Centralia, Washington. Right there, Robert Clifton Kling. He was my real estate agent, and he ripped me off for $400,000 in the process. I imagine the law enforcement community got their cut of it for allowing it and aiding Robert Clifton Kling in doing such things. And you know what I told Robert? I said, Bob, you know what? I said, you're going to end up dead because you got in bed with the bad guys. And lo and behold, Bob Kling is goddamn dead. And he was one of the healthiest son of a bitches I had ever met. So to speak, you know, he really was healthy, his health conscious. But he did jump into bed with those people as soon as they found out there's meth down there in that bowling alley, that 18-lane bowling alley with the caustics. Danny Caustic stuck on meth and stuff. You know, Bob, bam, he was right there with him, and he thought it was a goddamn gold mine, and he thought he'd just jump into bed with the caustics and the whole 9 yards. And they all lost this bowling alley, and they all fucking gambled, using my name even, using my name on advertising and stuff around that bowling center. Oh, I'll tell ya, the law enforcement community is fucking goddamn just guilty as fuck. They came to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning, they strong-armed me out of that goddamn bowling alley. And by the way, now Matthew Thomas Wright's been strong-armed out of my life by these goddamn bitches. Now I wish you all fucking death. Every fucking sheriff out there. Because one of you are guilty, God Almighty says all of you are guilty. And that goes for the rest of you too. And that's what the Holy Father says to me. And by the way, I'm going to be walking up Beacon Rock tomorrow carrying this chain. And I'm going to be fucking thinking about every goddamn thing in my life. For all these years, you goddamn no good son of a bitches. Whether you're my ex-family members, which I would goddamn dearly cut your throat, stick my thumb in your goddamn eye. Matter of fact, I'd scoop it out and swallow your goddamn eyeball after I chew it up. I hate every one of you that bad. Every fucking one of you. When you die and you come before me when on the way to your Holy Father, I doubt if you'll ever get past me, because I goddamn don't think I could ever forgive any of you goddamn leech maggots and fucking pedophiles. You fucking pedophiles. And I'm even talking to the whole Catholic fucking church. You guys fucking abuse children within the walls of the church. The Catholic Church has been in trouble for fucking abuse of children. Yeah, I've been abused as a fucking child. Now I have the right to goddamn stand up and condemn every one of you. Shame on every fucking sheriff that ever leaned on a cop down below. And why I will ever fucking pick up the phone and call a goddamn sheriff's office if a law enforcement says, well, you call the fucking sheriff's office, you call the goddamn system, you call into this. No, you do your fucking job, and I'll never have to call the goddamn cops again. I'll never have to dial 911. And by the way, I refuse to dial 911 when I could call on the Holy fucking Father. Who the fuck did you think you was, law enforcement officers, to ever direct me out of fucking... Oh, you don't want to do your job, so you want to stick your finger up someone else's ass and say, well, you do this, instead of them doing their goddamn job. I told you guys before, this is goddamn deadly. And I talked to the man here, and he says things seem to be calming down. I told him about Eve and Satan being in hell, and I told him about me being Adam. And you know what? He left here as a goddamn believer. And he told me he was going to subscribe. And he's seen me go off about the last time that I went up that hill about this boy. And that guy's going to be a subscriber today. By the way, I just want you to know that I wish the best for you. But if you cannot fucking tell the truth, and tell the truth that to the people that you have goddamn abused in front of everyone else, and that be your goddamn shame. So everybody fucking knows what you did, and you've been hiding, because you will not be hiding from the Holy Father, Eve, or Satan, or me. I goddamn guarantee you, Yahshua is the name of the Lord, And Jesus is nothing more than a watered-down version to get you fucking burnt in hell. And that was Satan and Eve's goddamn plan all along. They never thought the day would come. Eve never thought the day would come that she would end up burning in fucking hell. And Satan goddamn knew his fucking time was up. And I'll tell you another thing, like the gentleman that was here, I talked to the maintenance man, you know what, I fucking just went off. I told him, the sheriffs don't want me to have a goddamn gun. Not that I don't have gun rights. I have gun rights. I have every right to have a gun. Do I think I need one? No, not really. Satan and Eve and the Holy Father and everybody will come around me. I goddamn guarantee you there's holy fucking angels around me. Good angels and also bad angels too. You know? How did I find out? The fucking hard way.
Are you ready to tell you?
You want to see goddamn abuse?
Yeah.
I've seen abuse. I'm trying to save you from abuse. You better listen to what I have to say too, because me and Cassie's here right now. Let's get that rap track on right now. And like I'm saying to you, you know what? You got to put your best foot forward. You got to put Joshua inside the cup. You got to put Joshua outside the cup. I'm right here at Beacon Rock. I'm doing what God demands me to do, not what somebody else demands me to do. And nobody ever fucking tell me to call goddamn 911 when you have a situation, because that's just a bogus fucking poor excuse to put you in the sheriff's office to deal with those goddamn criminals. They're nothing but goddamn criminals. The fucking sheriff's office is nothing more headed than the fucking goddamn criminals. And by the way, sheriffs, if you want to kill me, go ahead. I would love you to fucking murder me. And do you know why? Because the Holy Father's wrath will come down on every goddamn buddy, and you'll goddamn now finally pay for what the fuck I goddamn want to happen to you. And by the way, I'll still be there at the end of the day going like this. Right there, before you see the Holy Father, you'll still have to deal with me. This little goddamn fucking bitch that you motherfucking abused in the name of Satan. George L. Wright, 13 Letters for the Zodiac Killer, was Satan himself. And they were housing him down in Morton, Washington. The fucking sheriffs was. And by the way, you could look back on MapQuest and other ones, the visual ones, Google Earth, and you could come right down and you could see the signs that they fucking put in front of the fucking bowling alley when they were revising it, remodeling it and stuff like that. Sheriff Rob stands this thing right there, threatening fucking sheriff's fucking signs right there in front of that goddamn bowling alley. That's all a fucking sign. None of that should have been there. And the things that they display in that thing, like that barred stuff inside that bowling alley that I witnessed them having there, you know, I goddamn think that there's just nothing more than threatening people. If you ever tell what's going on right there about that bowling alley being connected to the Zodiac Killer, D.B. Cooper, and all this shit, that's Hezbollah in the Middle East. When I came forward with this here book right here, this book right here, that I even sent Donald J. Trump right there 2 weeks before Hezbollah blew up the Middle East. Don't you ever fucking think that the Republican Party wasn't involved in this here scandal that's going on in the Middle East, that's going on in the United States of America right now. And by the way, you motherfucking bitches, you costed me my fucking, the boy that I raised is my son. You fucking cops. You fucking sheriffs. Not the cops. The sheriffs. Now you cops, you want to be fucking part of the sheriff's fucking bullshit? You will be fucking treated exactly like one of them. Why? Because even if it doesn't resonate to me, even Satan is seeing it, and they're gonna fucking be going like this and lurking around you, and all of a sudden havoc's gonna happen in your goddamn lives. So don't think you're gonna be a sneaky little bastard and get behind and get away with goddamn things. And even those people on Denver Lane that stole my stuff, you fucking sheriffs in Skamania County, you're all goddamn guilty for fucking sticking your finger up your ass and doing nothing. Because you do nothing. You do nothing but steal from the goddamn public. What good do you goddamn do? The sheriffs in fucking United States of America should be fucking disbanded. Who needs you, you fucking hogs? I hope that you take a fucking grievance against me and want to kill me. You know why? Because I think it would be just fucking right to see goddamn total fucking revenge fall upon you. And watch your blood trickle and run down the goddamn street like fucking red wine being dumped out on the ground, how we thought about the fucking French. And by the way, you know what I think of the fucking French? Why don't you get that stinking Statue of Liberty out of the goddamn harbor, send it back to fucking France, and tell them to shove it up their fucking ass? Because that is no more than just some other Trojan horse to get somebody into something. A Trojan horse. And by the way, we aren't at war with fucking Mexico. Donald Trump's at war with everybody inside of the world, inside of America, and inside out of America. Why? Because they're little fucking Republican fucking rats. You dirty fucking rats. You dirty fucking rats. Donald J. Trump, and all your stinking fucking children. I hate you all. I hate every last one of you. The only one that's worth a fuck is the chick that I would fuck. You know, I think that's Ashton Jarrett's fucking old lady. You know, the one that Donald Trump says that, you know, he would have fucking married his own daughter. Oh my God, what a sick little bastard. And you fucking people actually voted for him? And you call Jesus the Lord too, by the way. I'll bet you money on that. Oh, if Yahshua is the Lord, and all of you that don't pick Yahshua as the Lord, as the true Lord's name, you're all fucking condemned. You know why I could say that? Because I can say that. I'm Adam. I'm Yahshua in the flesh. But in 4024, the Lord will be back. But right now, Adam, this is about Adam and Eve and all the turmoil on the earth. And all the goddamn cause and effect that happens. Because the frictions of the earth. You fucking keep deciding Jesus, you're frictioning the Holy Father. You're playing with a fucking powder keg of dynamite. A whole powder keg of dynamite. A fucking nuclear arsenal of fucking God's power. Ready to unleash upon you. Hey, I've had the Holy Father's hand grab my fucking car and hold it. Hold it. Like you goddamn was never going to get out of that goddamn driveway. God's power was around you, and you were goddamn nothing but his ass. You were in his clutches. There is nothing you can do when God Almighty puts you in his clutches. You'll be so fucking goddamn scared. You won't know what to fucking do. You will never be as scared as you are that fucking moment of your life. Everything that you thought scared you will never fucking scare you again once the Holy Father shows you what his goddamn power and ability is. It's a heated warning from me to you. I've told you guys before in the past about this heated warning to all of you over all of this. I'll tell you, if somebody owes me something, they should fucking get even with it. Just send it to the Radiant one down there at the U.S. Bank. I goddamn tell you that. Because the Holy Father's wrath is upon your ass. And you know what? I told this guy about, George Fairhart jumping up and down in front of me, saying now your dad's our slave. I told him about me being in California the night that Darlene was murdered on the 4th of July, 1969. And my dad coming in the room, and I said, Dad, the Zodiac's nurse is just on the radio. He's nowhere near us! Everybody knew, but except me, in that room. Patty may have known or not known. I don't know. But I goddamn tell you, I didn't know. Patty probably didn't know at that point. But she found out later. You know, these evil fucking rotten people. My sister Bonnie was pregnant with Deborah Ann Marks, which, hey, mark it with an X. These people are hiding behind these here people. Like Malin Park Kent. Marietta was hiding behind Malin Park Kent, an ex-police officer. The cops are goddamn involved in all this shit. And by the way, you know, Malin came to me and he told me things. He says, you know, John, I left the police force when they wanted me to go after kids. You know, I mean, Malin told me things. Malin was military officer. He had a canine dog. He was a detective. He worked in Santa Rosa, California. He worked in Las Vegas. He was Jim Neighbors' bodyguard, the actor. He told me about things in his life. I took care of Malin Park Kent. My mother hid in the park. That's just like Nicholas Park Kent, and his name's Park, and they're all hiding behind the park. They're using these people to hide behind. They are. And it's just like the Zodiac disappeared in the park when he murdered Paul Stein and ripped off his shirt pocket. My brother Jerry ripped off all of Janet's shirt pockets that he was married to, and he married that woman knowing that her birthday was exactly on my birthday. To fucking work, somehow get my head back in Nevada and stuff, and they was doing this. And they were hooked on cocaine and stuff, and they were together when the Merwins got murdered. All that cocaine and stuff, that gold mine was ripped off back then too, right in that time period. And Jerry went on the fucking run with Janet Noyes right over that Merwin murder and stuff. They fucking lost it over that. Jerry did, and so did her, overseeing that goddamn thing. You know, Jerry, you know, hey, you know, I seen things, and you guys forced me to see Terry Shallant Shortridge get murdered. You guys have residual effects over that kind of stuff. You and Janet ran around on cocaine and stuff, and ultimately ended up divorced and stuff. He was calling her Killer Jan and all this here stuff. And I'll tell you what, Janet and Jerry and Jim and them, they were, and Patty even was involved in all that goddamn thing, and they goddamn know about the Merwins. And this poor Rick Rife is sitting in prison over it. Dirty son of a bitches, and you dirty goddamn Bruce Kimsey, that, you know, I took the information and took you pictures of my brother looking just like this here person, and then they go and they fabricated this case against Rick Rife, and they used Donald Burgess to do it. And Donald Burgess had everything to do with murdering the girl back there at that pig farm on the opposite side of Walmart across from airport. That house was burnt down back there. And Don Burgess stopped me on the way back from off the Alpha Road. Matthew and me was in the car, and he told me that he killed those people in that was out there at the pig farm. And there was 3 people that witnessed him tell me this. So what am I going to do? Run to the cops and become a narc and have this hit put on me? Which Don Burgess did put a hit on me through Little Joe over cocaine. $700 an ounce cocaine. I fucking gave it to Dan Dunn at the fucking price, $700 an ounce. And by the way, they all freaked out, and Don Burgess put a fucking hit on me through Little Joe Tromley. And then Don Burgess is the key witness to testify against Rick Rife. You son of a bitch and dirty Bruce Kimsey. I hate your fucking guts. You should be put on charges. You should be put right in Rick Rife's fucking cell along with Jerry Wright, and you two butt fuckers can fuck each other forever, Bruce Kimsey, because you fucked Rick Rife, you fucked me, you fucked Matthew Thomas Wright too, and you put him on the goddamn run, you motherfucking Lewis County goddamn gun-toting sheriff that would fucking threaten me and my whole goddamn family. I hate your goddamn guts, Bruce Kimsey, Bruce Fredericks Kimsey. I'm right here at the fucking Beacon Rock. Why don't you get your car and get your goddamn ass down here, and I'll fucking throw you off of the top of Beacon goddamn Rock, because I'm one crazy bastard, Bruce fucking Kimsey. I hate your goddamn guts. That guy that was here, he said he wouldn't fucking blame you for fucking pulling the gun out of your fucking holster and shooting you. And no one else could fucking blame me either for fucking having a goddamn hanging of these bitches. Every one of you goddamn dirty fucking sheriffs. Even if you're in a convalescent center, I'd fucking wheel you up and hang you. Right along with Jerry L. Wright and Bruce Frederick Kimsey, and my attorney James L. Rowland, which was all involved in it. And you dirty son of a bitch, James L. Rowland, that was the judge for the Department of L&I. And by the way, the Department of L&I fucking paid me the lesser than the fucking higher when they fucking made a fucking establishment right in the goddamn center and made a fucking issue of it right in the middle of the claim, because I goddamn proved to them things in the case. And the goddamn, at the end of it, that Roland fucked me. He got it all down on a fucking reduced thing, and fucking L&I, hey man, it's a card plate, and everyone that's fucking involved in it, you can all pay for the rest of your life. If a fucking windstorm comes up and you get hit with a fucking object, you deserved it. God just got even with you. Satan and Eve just fucking drilled you. Do you understand that? Because when you fuck me, and if you did fuck me and something happens to you, you fucking just got your fucking form of karma shoved right up your ass. Now I'm sitting here with Cassie, and I'm trying to be really goddamn nice. You took my whole family away from me, and my whole family was fucking dirty, and my whole family was killing people around me. My sister Bonnie, she goes, I hear you think we're all serial killers. Who the fuck did my sister Bonnie hear that from? She's just making that up, but she goddamn knew they were all serial killers. And so did I. And they were all involved with the Terry Shortridge murder, including Bonnie, Jerry, Jim, and Patty. They all was involved in it. But Jim, he's already been charged, and there's no double jeopardy. Jim, you're off the fucking hook, and I've already paid the price for your goddamn bullshit. Jim, you know, you fucking think that you fucking had a hard life because you killed Terry Shortridge and you put all that fucking shame on me? Shame on you, motherfucker. Because, Jim, I should beat you up a fucking again and pick you up and throw you in the goddamn trees over and over and over like I did when I was a kid, Jim, when you came back and fucking attacked me. And you bitches been all attacking me from the back. So now I've got eyes from in behind my head. And if I ever catch one of you bitches lurking, I'm gonna cut your throat. And it's actually justifiable fucking homicide. I just want you to know how fucking angry and how goddamn bitter I am with every sheriff. You look in the fucking mirror and I'll tell you what. Satan and Eve sees through reflections. God can't see you directly, but they see through reflections. You know, like when you look in a fucking mirror, guess what? Even Satan can fucking see you. God Almighty can't see you. They see through them. And God Almighty absolutely sees through my eyes, because why? I've already paid the price, and I am the Holy Father's eyes looking upon you. You little insufficient little bitches. Yahshua is the name of the Lord. And everybody in the world should goddamn understand that. You know, Muslims, you know, I have absolutely nothing wrong with them. I have absolutely nothing wrong with them. They can be some of the most kindest people, but they also are like this. Fuck, you never know what you're expecting from one of these fucking weird Americans. And Americans are weird. Worldwide, it's all ass backwards. And by the way, it was set up ass backwards to keep you all goddamn confused. Anyway, my name's John Wright. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm here with Cassie today. I'm right here at Beacon Rock. I'm climbing that rock tomorrow. I'll be back in Camas on Friday on my strip where I go and up around the lake. I had a tremendous workout today. I worked the chain. I went from the top of the lake down to the road and I went back up. And I'll tell you what, on this whole thing, when I was working the chain today and on this trip that I was on, I gotta get a drink of water. I talk fast, my mouth gets dry, and I don't put up with too much shit. And my family knows that I'm faster than fuck, and I'll come right at you if I catch you. There ain't no doubt about it. You're gonna get in a fucking head-on collision with me when I fucking get my eyes on you. So, now, you know I've said a lot of things. Even Satan can see through reflections and stuff. If I cover up the glass, I put my windows down and stuff, they can't see. They're in total fucking darkness in hell. And I can really push their fucking buttons. And I really know how to irritate Eve and Satan. And I do not wish to do such things. I would not want to sit there and torture somebody like they're in a fucking cage with a fucking spoon going like they did to me when I was a kid. How would you like me to put you in a fucking cage with a rabbit? With rabbit turds on the floor in it. It wasn't very fucking good. My dad was gone during that time. When my dad came back, he took me out of that. I owe a lot to George L. Wright, which ended up being Satan. Satan didn't lie to me. Now Eve would have done anything to continue this year until the very end. Till the very fucking end. And then when it was over, she also had buyer's remorse because she does not enjoy being in hell. And me being fucking angry because it fucking bothers her. It's just like if I go get bloody knuckles, she's the one that bleeds. She bleeds in hell. And it's painful like acid. Okay. So anyway, I don't like to think about Eve being in pain. So I've been told about me cutting myself, nicking myself, being careful when I shave. So, when I go out and get in a fight and I get fucking black eyes and everything, I just want you to know that Eve and Satan's coming out, they're finishing the job, and we're wiping you out. We're going to kill you. We're going to kill you. That is exactly what they're telling me. We're going to kill you, is what they're telling me. And they will use me to kill you. So just beware. I'm just telling you the goddamn truth. I've been trying to, pull it back. But then again, I've turned it over to the Holy Father. So now it's you guys that has to pull it back because it's fucking unleashed upon you. You can't stop it. I've turned it over to the Holy Father. I've told the truth. I've always told the truth. I have the luxury in telling the truth. And that's the luxury that my brothers and sisters don't have. Jerry, right? You goddamn know you pissed in a fucking bottle and you let Stan Hoyt drink piss out of a bottle of White Port underneath the Tilton Bridge that costed you a great ass kicking. Stan Hoyt totally beat the fuck out of you, Jerry. And I goddamn was fucking happy for it. I was goddamn happy to see you laid up in that fucking bed and you couldn't even fucking, you could barely crawl to the bathroom to take a fucking piss, I bet. It was that fucking bad, wasn't it? And by the way, you fucking thought that Stan Hoyt getting that fuck cut up his face and stuff and fucking mutilating his face with a chain coming off a chainsaw and you were fucking happy about it, Mr. Wright? You wait till you have a chainsaw fucking started up and Stan Hoyt's there cutting you up into fucking pieces in hell, Jerry. Because Stan's been fucking waiting for it to happen. And if you're in hell now, Jerry, Stan's already fucking taken the chainsaw to you, and he's been fucking laughing for a while. I mean, you guys, I'll tell you a story about Stan Hoyt. Stan Hoyt's dad was so fucking tough. He could pick up an engine out of a Cadillac and put it on on his pickup bed. You know, I did that with a 4-cylinder, my wife's 4-cylinder out of her Mustang, and I thought of Buzz Hoyt when it happened. But Buzz Hoyt, right there where the Morton Bar is, right across the street from the Wheel Cafe. When I was a child, when Dad did the D.B. Cooper thing, that town was just fucking wild. That town was wild, just like there was a big fucking party there, maybe the biggest party they had in that town. And that town was just swelled with so many people. And what the hell? Oh, Buzz, all of a sudden, I'm over there in front of the wheel. I've watched the parade and stuff go on. This was, about 11 or 11:30. All of a sudden, somebody comes through the window of that bar. And I turn around and they landed right there. I mean, you just heard the crash and they landed there. And then, about just seconds later, here comes somebody else through that other window. And then Buzz Hoyt comes through that door and he says, if you come back in here, I'm really going to hurt you. And that was Stan's dad. And Stan Hoyt, Stan was in that very bar with my brother Jim. And, Jim was telling me this story, and Jim would know this story is true. And Stan Hoyt arm wrestled somebody. Somebody took on Stan Hoyt, arm wrestled, called him Little Popeye. And Stan was sitting there and he goes like this, and just tell the guy, and they got it on. That guy, Stan's just holding this thing. He says, well, go. And the guy's sitting there going, and Stan goes, he goes, so you want me to go? He says, do you say go? He said, Stan finally says go, and he goes, bam, 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 like about 5 times, just racked his hand on the thing. And then Stan pops him, with his fist, and Jim said he took a pool stick and he cracked it over one guy's back, and he fucking ran out of that bar. He ran from them and left Stan in there to fight these people, and I'm sure Stan fucking kicked all their asses, But Jim told me that, about this, and he ran out of the bar and all this sort of stuff. I think that was about the last time he seen Stan. And then the last time they seen Stan, they talked him into committing suicide over there at Alaska. And Patty and Jim was there working together. Patty said she heard Jim bragging about killing Terry Shortridge. These here people, they tell me this kind of stuff, and you know what? It's just terrible. It's just goddamn terrible what they fucking done as a fucking unit. And anyway, that was their fucking lives. And you know what? It's Joshua inside the cup. It's Joshua outside the cup. I have to go and face my fears every day. Maybe it's time that all of you grown-up people better start telling the fucking truth up there in Lewis County. Because if I'm goddamn angered and fucking pissed off, and the earth shakes and tremors and stuff because you can't fess up to the goddamn truth, you will never be saved. You're gonna burn in fucking hell forever. You might even not be in the book of life, and you may not even worry about it. But I will tell you, there will be justice, and everybody at the end of the day on this one is gonna fucking pay. They're gonna pay. They're gonna be purified like in a furnace of molten gold. All the impurities burnt out of you. Maybe there won't be nothing left because you were that goddamn bad. I want to hope that there is a little bit of something good in everyone. But Bruce Kimsey, as far as I know, the best part of you ran right down your mother's leg. You suck, Bruce. You sucked on A&E. You suck jumping up and down. You suck as pretending to be a big fucking hero. How about somebody holding a big black hat like your big black fart, pulling a rabbit out of a hat, and I seen YouTube's videos, Mr. Kimsey, with you, the flamboyant gay Kimsey. You know, you were fucking gay, I believe. And you were in the department as a person that's supposed to be acting as an agent for people. And you was unethical. I mean, be honest with you, you were going along with the criminals, Bruce, and you were probably butt fucking them too. There you go. You and Don Burgess and Jerry, maybe all three of you should get in the fucking room in the fucking local Yakima prison. Yakima, it's nice and hot all summer long. I'd like you to fucking boil there, Bruce. You and Jerry and Don Burgess and others that I could bring up later. But that's just the pipe dream, because you know what? The only one that's going to get even with you is Satan and Eve, because I require it to happen. And you have a nice day. Bye-bye. Remember, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord Yahshua. Jesus might forgive you. Yahshua will not. You choose Yahshua because you are condemned for choosing Jesus.